Hello, everyone. Hello, Pup. Hello, YouTube. We are back, and hopefully everything sounds good. Let me know. I'll make sure to fix it. But yes, we are back. We are the Wrights. We got this. There hasn't been anything creepy happened yet, so let's hope it stays like that. But knowing us, it's probably gonna get spooky this stream. So we're gonna load our game, and hopefully, we don't get them killed. From last time, we had a cute moment with the husband and wife. They had a beautiful moment. I personally think that Hannah is pregnant, but I'm just fearing because she wants kids. She clearly wants the hint. The hints are there. She wants kids. He doesn't, but she got morning sickness, and this is why I think she's pregnant. At the moment, it looks like they are working on the house. So our relationship with Luke has gone up. Nothing has changed, and we are around the time when Rose dies. I think no. When does Rose die? Okay, Rose dies here, so Rose is still alive. Feel like it's a baby shower thing that he set up. Aww, that would be cute. So Rose is still alive. We're on this day. So in 2 days, Rose dies. So we need to remember that. And then the last day, this is how far we have gotten. So we need to remember that. So, newest things. Happy anniversary and all that. I love the drawings. Okay, let's begin. Ha ha ha. The place is bursting with movers carrying furniture here and there, along with several trunks of personal belonging taken to our penthouse. I forgot to do the warning. Again, the warning will be at the bottom in the description on YouTube. Same warnings: gore, triggers, racist. Just warning: don't watch if things make you uncomfy or trigger you. But yes, continuing. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings.
Yeah, lots of warning, you know. Gotta put them in the beginning since the game doesn't tell you straight away when you go into the game. But you never know, there might be a new viewer. Might as well add it in the stream just in case.
Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup.
Oh, Buttercup.
Careful, that's Emma. No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abreva.
Oh god, rich people. I can see the expressionation, and I have to send the foreman to a sorry glance. Even Johnson rolls his eyes as he goes by. Considering Luke is always like this during a project, Johnson and I have gotten used to it. Poor Marianne, on the other hand, looks a bit stressed at seeing the mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, exactly how the way he wants it. One little thing out of place, one little thing that didn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs?
Okay.
Let your Hans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
Taking him by the hand, I led him upstairs to our bedroom. This place has arranged first as we get some rest, no matter what state of the rest of the mansion is in. I am definitely glad I had just laid down on a soft, comfy bed after what has been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depended on getting this move done is tiring all of its own. And to think I have a whole day of this ahead of me. I feel the bed dip beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
Well, I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up. Here at home and not at work, you know.
You know I can't always be home, Hannah. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often.
Aww.
Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
That's a dream.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True, true. Dogs are infinitely superior, of course.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess. I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute.
Aww.
If you think about it, a cat would be better.
You know what, Leisha? Cat would be better. No, I'm joking. I love you, Leisha. A cat would just hiss at me. I've had a cat before. Kept stealing my chair. We laugh. It's not always that we can lie down and talk about those sort of things. To joke around as if we're teenagers again, with very little problem in the way of responsibility and roles. To hear his general, honest, to goodness laughter is a rarity. This is just the second time as of late, and I can only see it as a sign of good things to come.
All good points. I guess we could just have kids.
Oh
That
my
is,
God.
if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes.
Of course he had to fucking sneak that area in.
I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
Uh-oh. Watch his whole expression and face just go into horror and regret, like, oh shit. Oh, yeah! I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing a line. I didn't say that I'm a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
What? I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
Me. This is me. He'll be a great father. Okay. C has no rights to be sorry because C is ready. But I do agree, if he's not ready, then you shouldn't force. But maybe he just feels like he wouldn't be up for it. So I'm gonna say you'll be a great father.
Kylie likes you well enough.
Oh my god. Oh, he liked that! Okay, good. The mention of our goddaughter places a conflicted look on his face. Sometimes it is cute when he denies having a soft spot for a little girl. But then sometimes it's sad and it makes me wonder what happened to make him think so poorly of himself in this regard. Probably daddy issues, not gonna lie.
Yes, well, it's Kylie. The tyke likes everybody and, on the off chance she doesn't, likes them well enough as long as they buy her sweets. And sure, that kid is great. But if I get tired of her, I can ship her back to her father at the end of the day.
Oh my god.
Having kids of our own will be a whole different monster entirely.
I kind of agree. I have never heard of him talk about his father in anything but a business context. I recall Damien, right, kept hearing about him from my own father, even before I met Luke. The business world praised him for running a tight ship, until one mistake led to a great loss for the enterprise. It was then that news of Luke Wright, prodigal son and successor to the old man, started to show up, and he aided in their recovery and growth up until the Great Recession. I'm getting a bit off track. Regardless, I never heard him talk about his father like one would talk about family.
I think you'll be a great father.
There is a smile, no matter how half-hearted it may be. I do really think that. He might not be a good, honest man. A part of me know that, though I try to silence it. But I know Luke well enough, and he will be a better father than either Damien Wright or Henry Evans. I love my father, but he never had the time.
If it is any consolation, I think you'd be a decent mother.
A decent mother. On the other hand, I have never heard of his mother. A silent settle, both comfortable and uncomfortable. There's a familiarity in each other company, despite the awkwardness that had transpired. Defenses and masks down, without anybody else looking. We are both together and alone in this quiet. But a crash from downstairs startled us, both out of our revive. Luke let out a heavy sigh before coming up to his feet and straightening his jacket.
I'll have to attend to that then.
Be good, darling. And watch out for your blood pressure.
He gives me a kiss on the cheek before leaving, while I lay there in daze. Alone as per usual. Ooh, is this going to be like a picture of the kids? Ooh. Wait, this is way in the future. Right couple moved to the newly brought mansion. Oh, so we're here. Oh, okay. So this is the day that we are in. So Rose died there. No, Rose died here. We don't know what happened to her. There's no info. We need to hope that we find her, because that would be 2 days no notice. Okay. Good to know we got the date now. Oh, babies. I really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minute tick by me, just laying there, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. I have rolled over to lay on my stomach. At this point, with my face buried in the pillows, there's a knock on the door. Grumbling to them to go away doesn't work as a voice comes from the other side.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Wait, is that today? Oh, yes. People have caught wind of our new mansion the very moment we left the open house. Luke had boasted he could acquire the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for an interior designer magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were competition and it took longer than it usually does for us.
In a minute, Hansi.
Johannes, if you could at least make it through the end.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
Huh. The mansion ground has been one of the first things to be fixed up, aside from the bedroom. Though it's still a working process, it had a promising start and I can already see the flower patches. Luke's flavoured dandelion stands out easily, having been transplanted from the pots that used to litter the rooftops of our penthouse. Wyatt and the moving crew thought that Luke was being hard on them. They clearly didn't see the landscape on his way out. The man looked like he was ready to faint, and Luke seemed ready to kill him by the end of their discussion. Zach! It is the garden that I see him standing near the flower in quiet admiration. He is hard to miss, the hunk of a man that clearly did not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he had with him makes him look much larger. It is a particular sight seeing someone who looks like he does handling little, delicate things with such care. He looks up from the gardens and does a double take before a friendly face replaces his seen expression.
Miss Wright, yeah? Hi, Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am. Hope you weren't waiting too long. But it looks like you're still moving in, huh? Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
You look familiar.
Yeah.
Have we?
Oh, I clicked by mistake. Oops. I have a very wide social circle, so everyone looks familiar at one point to another. But one will think I remember someone who stands out like him. The struggle to recall must have been invented on my face as he quickly and kindly answered my question.
Oh, I was with Isabella, your estate agent, when she had the house blessed.
Oh, yes, that's right. Small world, isn't it?
Should have known you were Miss Wright.
The one and only. Welcome to Maison de Wright. And yes, we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed. but it won't be a problem. They're just adding a few things here and there, and you should still be able to do your work. Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product. Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew for today. Don't worry, been doing this gig for a while now.
You must be quite the veteran to handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were covered in your magazine.
Veteran? Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah! If I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
Alrighty then. Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Wright, Hannah.
I love it. Zachary proves quickly enough that I can in fact trust him. His skills with the camera experience in this industry is very elite. He is kind and curious, listening and following as I lead him around the house. A really nice fellow, and he treats our household staff well whenever we cross paths with them. I answer his question to the best of my ability, and he is patient enough to answer mine whenever I get curious enough. For one, I asked what the bags are for. They are quite the magical toolkit. From inside, he had pursued several items to embellish the indirect with bowls of fruit, lemon trays, and pepper mills, stack of a cookbook, cutting boards, and glass containers filled with colourful nuts and grains, and brought in the kitchen setting. For the bathroom, there was a white towel, seashells, and decoration soaps. It'll look and be like who Castle could the picture and the mirrors. Yeah, it looks like rich people. They got other things as well, too numerous to count. All that large backpack and suitcase.
Tricks of the trade. Softens up a room, makes a place feel more homey, and fills it up with texture. But you guys probably have better stuff I can use for this.
No lights? Don't tell me all of these are just props.
Well, I've got my tripod here. For things like these, natural light is best. I'll just have to set the shutter speed to a real slow setting, and as long as nobody steps into the shot, it'll look great.
Oh, it better.
We go through the rooms one by one at a time, although we first tackle the one that movers have no business in anymore. The ballroom needs a little preparation with its grand design, although there is some troubles at first, with a wide open space and the picture being backlit. It is the kitchen that Zachary Propstat comes in handy, considering how Johnson's kept this place so neat and sterile, one can pretty eat off the floor. We carry on touring the house and taking pictures where we can, with the expression of the room, which have yet to gain any purpose to design. Too bad I can't take a sneak peek at his photos yet. Funny enough, he is using a traditional camera. I didn't even know how no film still existed. With the way he speaks, however, I can see that he knows enough about his craft that I'm not too worried about botched photographs. I imagine photographs must be particular for him, judging by how at ease he looks while taking pictures. There are small snippets of conversation in between the clicking of the camera. He even goes so far as to talk about those terminologies like shutter speeds and ultra when I ask about the technique aspects. I can't quite see the picture as it is made, much like I watch artists paint on their canvases. But just watching someone passionately practicing their craft such as this is exciting on its own way. Going through many rooms has been quite the exercise for both of us. Despite that, he has been so nice I find myself putting on a best smile. But it is with taking pictures in the foyer that everything comes to a standstill for the moment. Just a moment. And I, not paying attention, I wouldn't have even noticed. It is merely a split second when Zachary Rimford is put to a halt. Oh! I don't think he's happy with you. His finger doesn't move to release the shutter, yet he also doesn't pull the camera away from his face, gaze still firmly fixed through the viewer finder. His hands shake. There is a light sheen of sweat on his forehead.
Zachary?
No response.
Zach, is something the matter?
Yeah, you have a woman next to you! Lowering his camera, he blinks and stares at something behind me before shaking his head. Turning around, I see nothing that could have gotten his attention.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong. I just remembered something I saw.
Oh, great.
Let's get back to the pictures. Can you move a bit more to the left, yeah?
I struggle to respond this time. There's a sudden weight on my back and an incredible tightness around my throat. Everything stops, and everything starts again as I manage to choke out.
If you're sure.
The fucking ghost choked her without knowing it. I don't know what just happened. It probably just a dizzy spell. I'm fine. And he said he's fine. We continue at the same pace as before, although there is an unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what happened.
So, is this a full-time job for you
back to
then?
normal.
Nah, I just freelance mostly for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job. It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least, not all the time.
What is it that you want to do then?
Maybe I've been out of line, sticking my nose... Oh, misclick, but it's always good to save. Into people's businesses, but I can't help but ask. I regret doing so as I see his shoulders slump and the easygoing air he had fade away. He looks torn over whether he wants to talk about it or not.
Films. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like blue foncé very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Very funny.
So, Grand Director, do you want to tell me what Blue Foncé is all about?
He hesitates, but when I refuse to budge on the matter, he gives in and spills it all out. Blue Francis, le hor, la plus sombre de... Nope. I ain't fucking reading that shit. Dark blue, the darkest hour of the black British. He speaks with passion and one who has gone through the very matter he is concerned with. There is conviction, knowledge, and experience in his speech. Why? I would have told him that he is an amazing speaker, if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Produced and demonstration in schools and in workplaces, lesser chances of opportunity and higher chances of being treated like a criminal. He spoke of blacks and people of color in general still being treated like second-class citizens, and all because of the color of their skins. It is all just positively revolting and sad. It comes to the point wherever he soon loses steam and he looks abushed, realizing what he has just done.
Sorry, I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all. You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely.
Aww.
You do have very beautiful eyes.
Aww.
Uh-huh. Thanks, I guess.
I want to say that I understand where he's coming from, but I really don't, do I? I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I lived a charmed life. Hannah seems so nice. I agree, he seems so nice then at the beginning. It hasn't been perfect, but my difficulty I've been through pales in comparison to what other experience on a daily basis. I certainly don't know how I would have fared were in any different. Would I still have met Luke? And would he still love me if I was a lesser?
What was your home like? These things you talk about. It sounds like you. Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean.
Live with my older sister and my grandparents. We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat.
Flat.
And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class. I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around, but a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
Oh, that I know. Children can be so cruel at times. Of course, it may be a slightly different story when your personal guards and the stolen item is not a pencil but an expensive heirloom.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
It's nice, I suppose.
You suppose? Not big enough?
What? No, oh, don't be a bully. It's just that.
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like a fragile porcelain, with a nursemaid waiting to hand me and foot. All the material possession anyone could ever want, I could ask for a whim, and it would be handed to me just like that. But I barely saw my parents, just a goodbye kisses in the mornings, before they went off to who knows where, who they were needed to next. I saw them more often on the telly or in the papers than I ever did in person.
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big halls, but nobody in it. Not really. It makes you think how alone you are.
A pensive mood overcomes us, and there's a moment where neither of us are sure how to go on from there. Things have gotten a bit too personal, yet it isn't wholly uncomfortable, like as if we're being friends before.
Well, that's normal, ain't it? You just moved here.
Oh, I kind
make
of
home
love
out of
this
it yet.
friendship. I like this friendship they have. It's so cute. He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house is indeed a lot like this one. Just a large and extravagant and just as empty. I hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've covered the one and only Ermengarde mansion.
Both her and her husband seem nice but rude at the same time. Yeah. They seem nice. At the moment, Luke has pissed me off by him being racist towards Zach. So I'm not happy with that with Luke, but he is a good husband, kind of, with Hannah. But they do have their cute moments. Hannah is a bit forceful, but I feel like she has reasons to be like that because she has to stand out. It's basing on their background. I don't know much about Luke's background fully. All I know is his parents were not there. I'm guessing with Hannah as well. But they both are nice, but at the moment, I think she's nicer than Luke. I don't know. We need to look into Luke a bit more. Yeah.
What's next on the agenda?
But I do think they can be good people. Hannah hasn't done anything bad yet, but not like all she's done is been a bit forceful, but she hasn't said or done anything bad. She just has a very strong personality.
The interview?
Boring. It's an interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
Honor Wright thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. Blah, blah. Boring. You know what they should print more of? I watched an interesting documentary the other day. Bleu Foncé,
Aw.
The Darkest Hours of the Black British. I recommend you watch it. Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
Not funny, yeah.
People, right?
Oui. People are shite.
Shite! Shite!
What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
I strike a pose where he's being being busy, looking taken aback for a moment, probably not expect me to go all and say such a cross word. Shite! But he recovers quickly, and after snapping a few shots, he grins.
Yeah, vous êtes belle. You want copies of these ones?
Yes, please. So, the big boy knows French.
Oh.
You must have wooed a few ladies. Unless you're into gents.
Ace is accepting. You never know, he might be bi, he might be gay, he might be straight. She's accepting.
Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
Though I don't know about quoting fancy poetry. But I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
Hey.
Can you cook your best?
I can cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
C'est magnifique.
It has been too long since I had a nice and proper chat with a good friend. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend. And although we just met Zachary, it's sort of who can probably befriend anyone. He's just comfortable person to be around with. A bit too comfortable. The photo shot went by a breeze, and somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing. He'll give me this strange look until I back off, and he'll go back to asking questions about after I agree to his little interview. And it's just odd. Well, no. Me being friendly isn't that odd, that I am how I am. Zachary is the one that's being odd. Why anyone else would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, looks almost frustrated about it. He should be used to different personalities by now, having to deal with various people when he works. And if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind. But he is a big boy. He should be able to handle me. Oh, wait, is he flirting? Wait, he has a husband. Questionably? All it is a friendly touch there, a pretty smile there, and a gentle swaying of the hips as I move around. She's flirting. Zachary grew and grew more red every time he noticed. Am I being mean as I find this enjoyment in seeing him unrevival? Perhaps. This went on during the interview and beyond that. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Yes! Okay, first of all, there is something wrong. You are married. You are married. That's the problem here. You're flirting. You're flirting, you're married. This is the bad thing now, I guess. So her husband is racist, you're a flirt. Okay, I'm clapping. Zachary and I are just having a playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted.
Oh my god, he's being honest? The man is honest, and he will say, "You are flirting with me, ma'am."
Could you maybe stop doing that?
Oh, respectfully. Stop. Continue teasing, stop it. Yeah, stop it.
I'll stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Oh, he liked that. Yeah. When someone tells you to stop, you stop. I agree.
Sorry.
No, I should be the one apologizing. Why, you're a shy one, aren't you, big guy?
It's not that, but...
You're married. Yeah, bitch. You are married. Oh my god, I love Zachary so much. Zach, oh my god, you are so honest. He points out, he knows he's married. He's like, Miss, you're married. You're off the table. Thank you. He gestures to the ring on my finger and lets the fact of matters hang heavily between us. Being told impertinently that I am too forward is not a common occurrence. I think I'm more stunned at the fact that he pointed it out rather than, well, being rejected. Not that anything is going to happen between us in the first place. It was just going to be some harmless flirting, right? You're married.
So, you've never had a girlfriend?
No boyfriend either.
Heh.
You know, just in case you were gonna ask for that one next.
And you haven't even had your first kiss?
Not a one, ma'am.
Aww, Zachary, I love you.
Do you want to have your first kiss today?
Hannah, sweetie. He just said stop flirting. You are married. Why are you continuing flirting? I can't help it. God damn it. Oh, I really, really can't. I am going to say sorry a lot later. Motherfucker, you are married. I agree. I guess. Okay. I'm trying to think. So no matter what, he continued flirting, but he really can't help it. Like, I can't even control that from her. Oh my god. Surely, by the chatty smile on my face, it is obvious that I'm just pulling his leg. The laugh I fail to contain certainly gives away as if it still isn't obvious. And probably with child as well. Yeah, I forgot that she might be pregnant. Oh my god. I forgot he might be pregnant. You are married and perhaps were pregnant. Fuck. But still, he lights up in embarrassment, slammering and spluttering objection.
You're married, and this will be extremely unprofessional.
I agree, boy. I agree with you so much. You are married, and you might be back pregnant.
I never said I would kiss you, silly.
Oh my god.
Oh, Johans!
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, okay, Hannah. Good job.
No, what? No. Don't call your butler. She's Hannah.
Hannah.
That would be for the better. I don't think his husband would appreciate it if I made him kiss another man.
He's gay. The butler is gay. Yes. I'm clapping so much.
I do not think he can hear us from here either.
He's gonna come by like, yeah?
But it is hard to think you're not taken, Zachary. Why, whoever becomes your girlfriend will be so lucky to have you. You can cook and take wonderful photographs, wonderful meals, and wonderful memories.
I can play guitar too.
Oh, okay, you got me. Joel's not watching, I hope.
You can? Oh my, wonderful serenades as well then. Perhaps I can find a young lady who deserves a fine, strapping young gentleman like yourself.
Let's not get carried away. Besides, I gotta be going. It's getting late and I got someplace else to be.
A shame. I will be expecting you again soon, I hope. For a copy of my photographs, yes?
Course, I'll even deliver them personally.
Aww.
Just, don't try to make me kiss your butler when I drop by.
Why not? Yeah, you're okay. You're okay, Zachary. Oh no, he heard! As fate would have it, at the very moment the words leave his mouth, Johnson comes out of the house. Judging by the sight raised of his brows, he has only heard the tail end of that sentence.
There shall be no kissing of any butlers under this roof. Danke.
Danka.
But you are not under a roof, are you, Hansi?
Oh my god. To my amusement, he takes a step back, safely placing him within the floor of under the roof of the house. And just as ever, as he quickly returns with a subjective reply.
I am now.
I am now. Oh my god, I love him. I love you, Jonathan.
As I was saying, madam, it's about time for supper. Will I be needing to set an extra place at the table?
Oh, what? No, I was just leaving, actually. So, you have a good night, Hannah. And you too, Hansi.
It was nice to meet you, Zach, honey. You have a safe trip.
He nods and grins on his face as we say our goodbyes. It's the sweetest thing I have ever seen. I linger, looking out for him with his relative tiny bicycle, backpack safely secured and basket by the front, and suitcase hooked in the back. Damn. I watch as he went down the path back to Elysium Village until he is nothing more than a blimp in the horizon. I cannot help the small smile on my face as I go inside for supper. Entering the dining hall caused me so much confusion. Oh, I love that. It is dark. For a moment, I thought the electric wood is not up to part, but that clearly is not the case, as every other room is bright with an artificial light. Finding the light switch is a murmurous task, considering the size and my unfamiliarity with the room. The monster is out. Uh-oh. What do you mean the monster is out? Oh, fuck. To make matters worse, the darkness grants the room a different atmosphere, eerie and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find the switch, and something that will not be reflected later on. My skin starts to prickle, and there's a distant feeling of being watched. Oh, fuck. Okay. It's always dark when the monster comes out. We're gonna die tonight. Please don't scare me. It is unsettling me and only spurs me on my search. And when I do open the light, there is a hiss. Oh no.
I'll turn the lights down, woman.
Oh no, it's him. What the did you just call me? Well, exactly, she is a woman. There, at the end of the hall, is my beloved husband, with his face in one hand and the glass in the other. Perhaps I can let it go if there is only one glass of wine. However, I can feel myself go livid after seeing the toxic green liquid glim mocking at me.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe?
What's that?
You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke. Are you actively trying to kill yourself?
Uh-oh.
Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please. Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me. Helps with the hangover, dearest.
Oh my god.
You drank?
I forgot.
When?
I forgot. He's an alcoholic. He's racist. I think he's slightly sexist, not gonna lie. He just seems like the person he would be sexist. And he's an alcoholic. Oh my god.
This morning, love, don't be mad.
Oh my god.
I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons. And maybe I had one too much.
Hi, I want to offer a promotion of your channel. Viewers, follower, viewer, chat bar. The price is below in the mic. Yeah. Okay. No, thank you. I am broke. I do not need this. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Continue with the... I'm pretty sure that is a bot just then. Goodbye, bot. Goodbye, bot. Okay, continuing.
You don't see me
Back
whinging
to
about
the
you leaving me
alcoholic.
to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hannah, darling.
You make me feel bad. I will force that drink down your throat.
What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you?
This bitch.
If we think about it that way, this discussion is about you.
This bitch.
That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that.
You whore. Oh no, a fire's coming up.
You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey.
Oh my god.
I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
I was with Zachary. I was standing to the... Okay, we are not going to lie. I think he knows we were with Zachary. I do think he knows that we are with Zachary. So it's gonna be honest.
I was talking with Zachary, the photographer for Luxury Living.
He didn't like that. Fuck you off. I have no reason to tell lies. It's not like I was guilty of anything. But as Luke's expression turns, he makes me feel like I actually am to blame for something. No, honey. This bitch, this motherfucker, he's drunk and he's trying to take the blame off him. He has a way of making me laid bare to just look at. What if we took the other option? I don't know. I didn't really save. Plus, I guess the best way is Googling it, finding out other options. I might do, after I finish my whole playthrough, I might redo it and check the other options and see what could have happened, maybe, if people want to see that. Just replay and do all the different options and get all the words. Oh, God damn it. I hate this guy. That had really stuck me when we first met years ago.
That giant Negro?
Aye, bitch. Don't you fucking dare.
You were having a secret meeting behind my back and it was with him?
It wasn't a secret option.
What are you implying?
I'm implying nothing. I'm just worried. You know better than to trust those media types, Buttercup.
It'll be interesting to see the different choices and how... Yeah, I am curious too. Not gonna lie, I am curious. So after my first playthrough, I might redo it and do a stream just trying all the different options. I'm pretty sure. I feel like that would be really cool because there is a branching tree that shows you all the different choices. But I don't want to spoil myself. So when we finish this the whole game, I will be looking at the tree and doing all the different options, you know? Damn, my feeling about Luke is up and down. Yeah, I don't like Luke. He can have a cute moment, but there's more bad sides of him than good.
He must have been really friendly to occupy your time like that.
Oh my god.
But all he's looking for is his next big headline.
He's a photographer for an interior design magazine.
Doesn't matter. You let one little thing slip, one wrong move, and it'll blow up in the telly in the morning. He'll go to his journalist friends to gossip and make a quick quid.
His eyes were the first thing I noticed about him. They were like nature and grass and the trees, wonderful and breathtaking. Now as I look at him, they're nothing but the same shade of green as a bloody damn drink in his hand.
He was a perfect gentleman, Luke. I can't say the same for you as of recent.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me again? We're talking about you, Hannah.
Oh my god.
No, I am pretty sure we were talking about you and your drinking problem, Luke, right?
Hangover forgotten during the course of this little spat. The man jumps up to his feet and stretch. You hit me, I will scream. He looks like he's barely stopping himself from throwing the nearest thing he can find.
Oh, it is not a problem. I can stop whenever I want.
You know what? If he does hit her or does anything to her, that's it. I'm killing him. I don't care. The ghost can have him.
And even if it was, I think you can very well stay out of it, as it only affects my own kidneys or liver or whatever the bloody hell that shite pollutes. Whatever aftermath that occurs because of your little chit-chat with the Negro affects the both of us, however.
Look, Luke, nothing will happen. You have to relax. It was just a friendly chat.
Well, now I think I'm getting jealous.
Oh my god. He just wants her to feel like shit so he can keep drinking.
Or I would be if it weren't for this damn headache.
Maybe you should drink more.
Oh.
Maybe.
So he's basically saying drink so you can die. Supper is spent in silence with nothing but the cursory sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served, well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. A platter of native oysters for starters and a touches of turbot with purple splotting. Drink him away, I agree. Buckery, lemon, copper and arbitrary sauce remains. To finish it off, black tea and a golden syrup sponge pudding with custard. But when our appetite are pleased with the plate are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in the full of night, I sit in a house too big and too empty, vulgar and unwelcoming. Even with its warmth tone and homely deco, it feels cold. There's no tears. However, I know I can get through this like every other obstacle I have faced before. This is a minor setback in what I hoped will be a long and happy life. To remind myself that this place is for Luke and our future children fills me renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone is having a cry already. Uh-oh. The wailing is far away and muffled, yet at the same time it shakes me to my very core as I hear it, as if the shuffling is just standing right beside me. Hearing it sends a chill down my spine and makes my skin pickle with goosebumps. Fuck, don't go for it. Who is that? Oh, shit. Fuck. Courier stinks in as I follow the sorrow sounds in the kitchen. Fuck. And into the wine cellar hatch.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
I am curious and concerned, but there is no way I'm going down into the dark and hermined underground. I'm not as fantastic as Luke, who considered himself quite the conjunction. However, I also cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. If it is one of the household's help, they will surely need some talking. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I've gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. As professional as our staff are, they are still human. Don't go down the trapdoor. I agree. Don't go down. Don't go down. More often than not, it was either Johnson's or I'll calm them down. He'll help them figure out how to go on about things. Unfortunately, I am not high spirits right now, so I'm not as wholly revolted. Open the hatch, call them out. Okay, I'm gonna call them out. We're not opening it because fuck that. Call them out. We ain't opening it. I feel like that if we opened it, there might be hands like drags us in or something. I don't know. I knock 3 times. Wait for any sort of reply. Yelps me no result, and I've already touched the floor hatch far too many times than what I like. I take a deep breath before reaching out again to whoever's inside. Oh shit. I learned from experience that people respond better to kindness than threats. Shouting angrily would not help in crunching them out.
You in the cellar, do come out. We don't want Luke waking up and finding you in there, do we? That man would go ballistic thinking someone was trying to steal his precious wine.
Still nothing.
You can have a good cry. Just not in there, yes? Why don't you come out here and we can have a cuppa and you can tell me all about whatever it is you're bawling about?
With how long I was standing there, however, I am starting to think myself as a fool. I do not want to acknowledge the other feeling I have, especially as the wailing took an airier turn. The thought of being played with didn't sit too well with me, and I had to stop myself from getting too hot-headed as I tried one more time.
Now you come out of there! That is an order from the lady of the house, do you hear me? Why, I ought to...
Uh-oh. I freeze as a hand clamps down on my shoulder. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. It's behind me. Oh, shit. Oh, no. The dread I've been feeling all this time makes itself known as I kneel, unmoving, not even daring to breathe. Fuck. I can feel my heart pounding against my chest. But the touch is gone as quickly as it had shielded me. Oh, fuck. It's only Johnson's I see when I look back.
Apologies, madam, for touching you like that. You were not responding to my voice, and you looked about ready to wake the whole mansion up.
I was... I'm sorry. I was getting rather loud, wasn't I? But that crying woman in there, we must do something about her.
He grows silent for a moment and just looks concerned. At least, like, he interpreted it as concern, given how stoic our head butler usually is. Or rather, it must have been concerned, as he takes off his gloves and places the back of his hand on my forehead before his worrisome inquired.
I beg your pardon. What, crying woman? Are you feeling well, madam?
In the cellar. Can't you hear her?
Madam Hannah, no one is down there.
Bitch.
What?
The cellar is locked. Only Luke and I have duplicates of the keys. Nobody is down there.
I stare at him in disbelief. But when I listen once more, I hear no crying. Tugging at the hatch for good measure proves his words to be true, too. Oh. So even if we tried to open the door, it was locked. The thing won't budge unless I had a key, short of using power tools on it.
Perhaps it is time for you to go to bed, madam. You are simply tired and hearing things, a perfectly normal human experience. But if you are still experiencing auditory hallucinations in the morning, you are free to consult with me.
Just taking a drink. There is a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach as he helps me to my feet. What he says makes sense, and who am I to question someone who used to be a doctor? I am just tired, that's it. Long day of moving and the interview, dealing with Luke. That has all drained me for the proper sense.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Hi, Leash. My dog just woke up.
I just need some sleep, that's all.
Of course I'm right.
Of course you're right, you're fabulous.
Go on then. Gute Nacht.
Good night, Johannes. Good night, house.
It's just picrew. That's what I keep telling myself, although I can't ignore the strange feeling in my gut. Even there is something wrong with this house, or there is something wrong with my head. Sleep will be an illusion tonight. Okay, 28. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. Of course he is. There isn't a single hide or hair on him to be found. And trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, as it only goes straight to his voicemail. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. And for him to disappear today, of all days, is every bit unsettling because of what to come. The morning is once again filled with a whirlwind of activity. Unfortunately, I am much more refreshed as I took a break from my responsibilities. I have a faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once again from his duties. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. Oh, a party. This is our house after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful Wrights mansion. Every person of importance from Luxbund is invited, and there will be a few guests flying in as well. Of course, there will be some people from the media, along with friends and acquaintances who have made no less important regardless of their status in society. Mary Ann and I discussed business last time touched in the house before finalizing everything. Not that there is much change from our normal plan, but any huge addition to the property itself, the mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Uh-oh. Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child playroom, which I insisted is completely practically. In the end, he had a question. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. I even brought this wonderful warded crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. See, is baby crazy. Besides, we have a little need for actually guest rooms. We hardly have guests who spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for the visit on one of our hotels instead, always at Luke's own insistence. And on the off chance that we actually let someone stay, the bedroom is opposite wing. It's still up to a test.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right then. Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his request right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't.
No, he's not around.
This bitch fucking told me off, saying I was keeping secrets, that I was cheating. Well, he was flirting, but we stopped that. Kind of. But this bitch said I'm keeping secret, I'm like sneaking around. This bitch is gone. We haven't seen him once today. He hasn't even left a note or picked up his phone. She didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? After 7 long years, I've already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not particularly.
But don't you have a party?
Yep. I want nothing more than to complain, to wingle about how unfair this is. However, airing out one dirty laundry is simply a taboo among high society. To do so will make you rip target from the next dine and party chit-chat. Vultures, the lot of them, really. Or most of them, at least. There are always good people like Rose Hershey. But put your trust in the wrong person and you'll find yourself picked apart.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see.
Nope.
That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Perhaps I am being too harsh, a bit too hot-headed in dissolution detail. But I thought myself clever with the plan to dress it up as a gossip. Marianne, raised an eyebrow, makes me unsure whether she is interested or not. Although that does make things better if she has no interest, and therefore no hidden intent lies wherever I might say to her.
They've been married for a long time, and they've hit how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband.
Aww.
But it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark.
He already messed up her storyline because she was talking about the man being her, but he said that poor girl. He said her. So he already messed up her storyline.
What do you think?
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
I don't know. Be honest with me. Be honest with me.
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it.
Oh, she like that.
I'm not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing.
She hesitated, taking a sip of her coffee while I stared into my own cup of tea. The silence stretched on. I almost believe that she will never answer my question. I suppose that I shouldn't blame her, putting her in a tight spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, though I loathe to admit it. She simply wants this whole thing to stay professional and all. But then she speaks.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
It's my turn to hesitate now. I really didn't expect such a straightforward question. And to get the heart of the matter, I suppose I'm not as clever as I think. Or it is really that bad that outsider can see our little material troubles. Surely we aren't that obvious, are we? We put up an act of perfect couple for years, though it hadn't been an act. Mary Ann is just more keen than average person, of course. It is necessary for her career, and she's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's it.
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle.
Oh my god.
But if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else.
I agree.
Someone who won't even give him the time of the day.
Yes.
Maybe he should try being independent for a while.
Yes.
See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself.
Yes.
Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone.
Yes.
That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
I love you.
So you're saying they should divorce?
Oh.
Nothing as drastic as that.
Yes. Yes.
If they're
Everything
afraid that it
says
might lead
yes.
to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place. We shouldn't let our fear control our lives,
Oh my
but it's
God.
just a short hiatus is all.
Divorce him.
Or,
Beheaded
couples
him.
therapy?
Survive him.
Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships, so grain of salt and all that.
She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There's a calm despite of nature of what has just been discussed. To say that her words makes me start to think of an understandment. To say that I'm not considering her advice as a lie. And to say that this might just be the calm before the storm is possibility. So then that's a foreshadow. We might have a divorce. I think that's a choice that we will make depending of how things go. I think that might happen, a divorce. Others have said shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have celebrate long and happy ones as well. My own parents celebrated their quarrel anniversary before they passed away. But 7 years isn't a lot in a grand scheme of things. It isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where our relationship can bring us. And at the same time, 7 years, well, it hasn't had been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? It won't last forever. It's not supposed to anyway. I just dread the thought of that I might last for a very long time. I dread the thought that those small spats, those little disagreements will turn into an all-out retrenchment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fibre of our being scares me. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment when our blissfully uni turned sour. We can get through this, right? I know that I still do love him, and I feel that there is still a part of him that loves me in return. We just need to get our heads together and talk it out. Surely he will see some sense. So she wants to talk to Luke. I guess we can try and get to talk about it, but if Luke doesn't fucking listen, the bitch is dead. There's a cough between Marianne and clears her throat. I must have been quiet so long that I moved to a sorry when I stand up. We both end up on our feet, unsure how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle occurred, and we decided whether to sit down or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you.
This is cute.
You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
Okay. I think I'm gonna end this stream here. Because I feel like the next one will be the party, the grand party, you know? So I'm gonna end the stream here. I might do another stream, what day? What day have we set the streaming thing? I might do a stream on Friday, not gonna lie. I might do a stream on Friday and change the week plan. So I'm gonna change the Friday stream into the letter because I do wanna play this more. So I'm gonna change that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like on YouTube and sub if you haven't. And until Thursday, I will see you then. Goodbye.